Welcome to ShadowMeTarot. I have not done an unboxing in a while, and I'm like going through withdrawals. So if you've been here before, there's tons of unboxings on this channel where we open up as many, pretty much whatever's mass market right now. So if you haven't, it's likely you'll see it on this channel, unboxed somewhere if you want to. I believe this is a new release, The Sign of the Times. It came out in October. So I'm getting this to you a little bit late, and I apologize for that. Just been running behind with, how life does. But this is Sign of the Times Oracle by Krystal Banner. And it just felt real practical, and I like real decks sometimes. I kind of work in the ether. We do the as above, so below. But to kind of sit here in the moment, in the now, in like super relatable kind of stuff, that's totally why I picked up this deck. So it says, this is the sign you are waiting for. Let's zoom in here and fix that. Okay, that seems a little bit better. Okay, so while you were waiting for a sign from above, the universe has been sending you messages right here on Earth. The signs and symbols in this 44-card deck look to be just a part of the landscape at first glance, but you open your senses and your mind to the messages they contain, and you will find the answers you are looking for. From yield signs and traffic cones to lucky pennies on the sidewalk and angel numbers on receipts, each card is bursting with everyday magic. The universe places in your path along with a guidebook to help you dig deeper through layers of meaning. Okay, now I just love this even more because I'm like, this is like the nature deck for city people. I am such a city person. I love the city. So looking for signs and the things that I kind of come across, because there's so much information all around us, particularly in a city all the time, but even in nature, right? But I'm more likely to see some of these things in a city kind of place than I'm going to see maybe, I don't know, in nature. So, okay, so here we go. Sign of the Times Oracle by Krystal Banner. And this is a nice box. We got our finger holes here. Yay, yay. Ooh, psychedelic, man. All right. I feel like if I flip this over or change the light or something, it's going to look like green and pink, like some weird optical illusion. All right, here we go. So right here we've got number one, the evil eye, protection. And it's a sticker on somebody's keyboard, right? Which is kind of an interesting thing. Like, are you keeping your spyware and your software and security updates, or have you updated your computer recently, right? I might even interpret that card as that. We've got aloe, heal your computer. Watch out for hackers. I mean, that's totally what I'm reading from that. But let's see what it says in the book. Oh, I'm supposed to go through stuff, but I'll just tell you the very first meaning. It starts on page 16, and it looks like it is at least these 2 pages here. And it says, in many cultures, the evil eye is a symbol of protection against misfortune that others may wish upon you. It deflects envy, brings good luck, and protects you from any ill that could otherwise have a negative effect on your well-being. This card is a sign of not only protection, but empowerment. When you take the steps to protect yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, there's no reason to fear. This can also speak to being in the public eye and or receiving increased attention, indicating there is a need to be aware of your surrounding energy. You may see the evil eye show up in many ways, such as an emoji, a charm, or a sticker on a laptop or a sticker on a laptop as illustrated. It is also confirmation that you are and will be protected. The aloe vera plant illustrated alongside the evil eye sticker further emphasizes the spiritual representation of protection and good luck. The beauty of this symbol is that you can easily incorporate it into your life anywhere you feel it necessary. Additional meanings: place this symbol around you for additional protection. Jealous eyes are upon you. Beware of negative energy. Protect your energy. So super cool. Very easily intuitive. I always think of aloe plants as like cooling or soothing, like a sunburn. So like soothe the sunburn, get an evil eye, protect from sunburn. Are you wearing a sunblock? I mean, gosh, there's so many different things that I would kind of like could pull from this. And it's such a simple design. I like the earthy colors, right? Be rooted and grounded and safe and secure. Very cool. And houseplant, we're using houseplant stuff people would have in their house. All right, let's take a look at this book. All right, so at the beginning of the book here, we've got card decks, absolute affirmations. Here's our table of contents. Invocation, working with the signs of the times, oracle, readings, card spreads. Yay, page 10 is where card spreads are, and it goes to, it must be page 18. So... all right, these are just kind of like basic stuff. I'm just trying to find something that kind of, jumps out at me. That's more than just like, you did a good job in buying this deck. You'll be perceptive and learn new things about yourselves. Okay. So this just says, let go of doubt and follow the signs. So kind of building self-confidence there a little bit. Readings, you know how to make your space safe for intuition. Let's see, single card spread. What do I need to know today? What is the theme of the week or month? How can I utilize my strengths? What is my intuition telling me? Then they've got a 3-card spread. Past, present, future, situation, action, outcome, you, your partner, and the relationship, thoughts, feelings, suggested action, and then give me a sign spread, which is more detailed, and it goes into mental focus, what's on your mind, overall present energy, what's affecting your overall well-being, mind, body, and soul, areas for improvement, what is calling your attention, 4, strengths, what are your areas of mastery and what can you leverage, 5, outcome, what is coming in the near future. And then it goes on to card meanings. So I apologize. It's not 18. It's page 16 that it starts. Well, let's take a look at these. I'm just going to try and intuit from them, just from their pictures. And gosh, they already just seems like very practical images. All right. So number 2, flamingo, fun. Think of Florida because I think there's actually flamingos there. I think of the plastic ones, which are kind of shown here. Kind of like cheesy summer party. Birds always kind of like mate together. I might get kind of like a 2 of cups kind of feel, but a 2 of cups in the desert kind of feel. We've got green, so I feel the heart chakra, which is why I kind of feel 2 of cups and kind of maybe some sort of relationship, I guess, as they have a relationship and perspective to one another, I suppose. 2 also means unions. All right, moving on. 3, yield, caution, patience. Gosh, that is such a practical, I don't know if I use this as a beginning card or an outcome card. This feels very outcome, oriented. Very interesting. I love it. The yin and the yang, balancing your divine feminine and masculine. Not losing yourself to either one side or the other, creating a solid foundation using number 4. We're also using kind of pinks, which reminds me of reds, which reminds me of root chakra. So it's a good solid foundation does bring us balance. And then we have 5, mountains, obstacles. This is a faith card. So sometimes our biggest obstacles are our biggest tests, our biggest challenges are also our greatest accomplishments. So having faith on the journey ahead. The other thing that this reminds me of is the mountains. Definitely reminds me of the Lenormand deck. And I would actually even go with the meaning, because number 5 to me is the Hierophant in the tarot. But like in it's also, but it's number 21 in the I don't know what you call it. In the Lenormand. Here we go. Thank you, brain. What I do find interesting is that in cartomancy, this is the 8 of wands, or the which is a movement kind of card, or it's also the 8 of clubs for cartomancy. But overall meaning is the same: obstacles, challenges, resistance. You might, if you, I like this one. I really do like this deck for Lenormand, and never mind. I'm not going to do that. It's just I'll read this card. I'm going to read its book. Let's see here. Number 5, Lucky number 5. In numerology, 5 always means kind of like adversity, right? Okay, so number 5, mountains, obstacles. Mountains can be intimidating and overwhelming when you encounter obstacles in your life. You probably wonder, how do I move forward? Or what do I do now? Which are valid questions and concerns, especially in the face of a mountain in your path. But all hope is not lost. Encountering obstacles along your path is not always a sign to give up. Sometimes it's an opportunity to get creative and take an alternative route. The best way to move forward is whatever way works for you, including going around, climbing over, or going through. It's not always the day to tackle the challenge of climbing to the top of that issue, and sometimes you will learn more taking the long way around anyway. Wait a second. Sometimes you'll learn more taking the long way around anyway. Take different approaches to overcome the issue that stand between you and your goal. There may be some delays and detours, but with determination and perseverance, you can turn an obstacle into an opportunity and an inspirational story to tell at the end of the journey. Additional meanings, difficulties in your life, try to solve a problem in a new way, build spiritual strength, and belief in self, lessons through adversity. Okay, so there we go. Those are mountains. Number 6, rainbow, hope. I do feel love on this refrigerator, right? I mean, we're using the number 6. That is the Lover's card. And if you think of like, gosh, I'm even pulling from the Lenormand here too, because even if you look at the number 6 for the Lenormand, which is kind of clouds or confusion, to me, this is kind of confusion, right? We've got letters all over the place, but it's family. Rainbow always kind of reminds me of just pride and love. Refrigerator, food, comfort, the heart of the home and the kitchen. And I think this is like the well of hope that is kind of developed as I don't know. I like it. Beautiful. Beautiful. But yeah, I would do very much a family card here. Number 7, a feather. Messages. I think that means messages everywhere. I think feathers always mean messages. Number 7, I kind of think of as the Chariot. So something coming towards you, right? Messages kind of coming towards you. Cool. Different ways of kind of pulling. And let me know what other meanings that you kind of see as you're kind of viewing these cards as well. What do you see in the cards? Love. I mean, this love could be like full of hot air. With the deep red and the pink background, it could be like love is the foundation and it floats through everything that you do. 8 is strength. So, like it could be a deep love or a strong love or one that reaches into the ether. It could be love that got away. Love that you've let go of. So many ways to interpret that card. Particularly in how it will, and when it lands, Crystals, achievement. 9, I think of the 9 of the Hermit right there. I also kind of think of 9 of Pentacles, where you've made the investment in yourself, is kind of what I pull. You've channeled your energy, and in the home, I kind of feel like too, this could be an office plant. I don't know, desk plant, home, at home somewhere, who knows? But, I do feel it's almost like celebrating your own successes is how I interpret this card. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Don't just go within to find the deep, dark stuff. Go within and celebrate the amazing things that you are. Like, stop thinking about the things that you are not and start thinking about all that you are. Okay, so coins. Finding coins, seeing coins, good luck. 10 is also the Wheel of Fortune, right? So I like that this card is kind of using more of a positive spin. I almost feel like pennies from heaven because of the gray color. I feel kind of like a crown chakra kind of feeling. So I kind of think of pennies from heaven. The fact that we have a dime equaling 11 cents, kind of like new meetings, kind of for like the number 11. Just kind of letting you know that your guides are there, wishing you good luck as well. So super cool. So much cool stuff in this. Number 11, clouds, distractions. Clouds in the Lenormand means kind of confusion. So kind of anything that's just taking energy away from the task at hand. I think most of these cards are kind of focused on in the here and now. And I do kind of feel like going into the clouds and having distractions, going up into your imagination and indulging that. I almost feel like it's kind of like some intuition there as well, kind of meeting with your intuition. I think this is the Justice card. I'm pretty sure this is the Justice card in the Rider-Waite. So yeah, definitely in the mind, you know, using the clouds and the air kind of. So there's so many different ways and things to pull symbolism from. Let me know if there's things that you see also. Like if you see astrology symbols in there, like throw them out there, because there's so much you can divine from some simple pictures, really, truly. I am trying to make shapes out of these clouds, right? Like when pigs fly, I kind of like, is that a pig? Could that be a pig with wings? All right, 12, peace and harmony. I always think of like, 12, I always think of 12 in terms of the Rider-Waite. And to me, that's a shift in perspective, but also compromise does bring peace and harmony, right? Like surrendering to a situation. I think this is a very interesting. We've got all of the colors, right? We've got the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, all kind of represented. We've got 4 red flowers, which I kind of am feeling. It kind of reminds me of the 4 of Wands, and it has like the pillars of success kind of behind it, enough structure for it to continue to grow, peace and harmony. Anyways, interesting, cool. 13, medical staff, healing. Ooh, change, transformation, right? Interesting. I might even just interpret that as somebody who works in the medical industry, or who is a healer, or who spent a lot of time there. 13 is the death card in the Rider-Waite deck. Ironically, it is the child card. Just feels like full circle for that number 13, between life and death and change and transformation. So, ooh, angel numbers confirmation. This is number 14. It says the spot 272 Serendipity Boulevard, New York, New York, 1027 or 10,027. Subtotal 1111. That's a twin flame number. That is definitely also that you're being divinely guided, for sure. The 1111 number is arranging the universe, kind of bringing everything into alignment to help you kind of succeed. So it's kind of an awakening, a sensitivity. I want to read this one. Number 14. This one also in the Rider-Waite deck, it has, I believe, the angel. I say Gabriel because that's the only real angel that I know. I mean, I don't know why I think Gabriel, but anyways, if you know the angel that is in the Rider-Waite deck, the Temperance card in the Rider-Waite deck, if you know the name of that angel, definitely let me know in the description or in the comments below. I'd be super appreciative of that. But I might just change the meaning of this too to kind of represent kind of a twin flame kind of, because that's kind of what I really kind of think of as that. It's also like building a family, because you've got the 4 pillars, kind of like the 4 of Wands. So a number of different meanings for those angel numbers. But looking for angel numbers is definitely a good things. Seek out confirmation in your environment. Super cool. I think I do want to read this, though. I think I do want to read number 14. Repeating numbers are among the most recognizable symbols of the universe that are speaking directly to us. Once you start to notice an angel number, it becomes difficult to ignore. Whether it be the building number 1111 or receipt for 333 from the gas station, each pattern of numbers has its own individual message. But overall, numbers are signs of synchronicity and alignment in your life. They tend to show up as confirmation that you are not imagining the signs. You are picking up all around you. This card is an indication you are on the right path. There are many different instances in which angel numbers can speak to you, including the time on the clock, license plate numbers, phone numbers, and more. Listen to your intuition, as you could be receiving critical guidance about the road ahead. The universe is guiding and supporting you in your journey, and the synchronicities are a constant reminder. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Additional meanings. There is no need to worry. Continue your path forward. You are a light worker. Trust your instincts. And I think that it's super important that when you're learning about yourself and you're trying to take in energy from the universe and all around you, and finding inspiration and kind of connecting with your guides, angel numbers is such a great way of doing it. When you're seeing like 1212 or 11 or 333, I always look those numbers up, and then I can, it's like, as I'm going through my day, if I've seen it a few times, I'm like, oh, well, thank you for that message. Do you know what I mean? And I feel good. I feel kind of like looked after and loved. All right, moving on. 15, Labyrinth, the journey. The journey into our inner selves. That's kind of where I go with Labyrinth. Anchor, stability. 16. The anchor, that is also a symbol in the Lenormand deck as well. I like that the use of the red. I like the use of the red. I just want to kind of go back and say here, I'm seeing green here. So I do feel like it's that journey into the inner self, loving ourselves. It's why I had to come back to that. So thank you, Spirit, for that extra message. Stability, using the red, just kind of like, and also a house, a good foundation, a brick house. That house is going nowhere and it's anchored in. So no, nothing is going to withstand, a hurricane. And 16 is the tower. So I feel like a solid foundation. The whole tower doesn't come down, just the top part. And then we've got, or at least in the Rider-Waite deck, 17, opportunity. That's the star card. I like that. I never thought of the star card as, I do really feel some definite pulls from both the Rider-Waite and the Lenormand in terms of these cards and the meanings that I'm kind of getting. But that's just my own education. But keys open doors. I like that. I like that a lot, because you think of, I think of the star and the Rider-Waite as being like the superstar, being famous. So interesting. Key. I do feel like a perfect marriage of the Rider-Waite and Lenormand deck. So I feel like super amazing oracle deck to even just start getting started using oracle decks, which honestly are my favorite anyways, because every tarot deck, well, they don't all say the same thing, but they all say the same thing. I don't know. I'm really into oracle decks. I probably have more of those than I have tarot decks. I have a lot of both. All right, 18, Palm, Destiny. Ooh. I just got that song in my head. Moon Shadow, Moon Shadow. I can't remember the rest of the song. I think it's Cat Stevens. It is the moon card. We've got a kid's hand on the window. On a rainy day, so it's clearly warmer on the inside of that pane of glass. So I just feel like yeah, I guess like the other song, gosh, a lot of music to this one. Mama said there'd be days like this. That's the other thing. I'm gonna get there. Um, so it's like one of these things. It's a rite of passage. You kind of got to go through. Um, gosh, so many different meanings you can kind of really interpret that too. If you're thinking shadow stuff, which this is really pulling a lot of shadow energy for me, even though it says destiny. I mean, we learn a lot from our shadow side too. But that also feels like trauma as well. So just very triggering. This triggers a lot. I see speckles, light speckles, right? I can say that those are, city lights outside of the window. I could say that they're holiday lights, from somebody's bushes, the neighbor's bushes or something like that. So, very interesting. I want to read this one too. I'm really feeling this deck. There's a power in your palm. What are you passionate about? Have you thought about your purpose? This card is calling your attention back to yourself and your destiny. Prepare for fated events and moments that seem out of your control. You may notice an increase in coincidences and things may align in ways that seem to be impossible. These forces are pushing you toward your destiny. You are being nudged to follow your soul's calling. If you don't know what that is yet, take some time to think about what you are drawn to and what you enjoy. Meditate and connect with your higher self for further guidance. You may experience not so random connections that lead you to exactly where you're destined to be. This card also indicates heightened intuition and spiritual senses. You could be feeling like you are destined for more, but not quite sure what that might look like. Accept that you don't have an explanation for everything and allow the universe to work its magic and guide you. Fate is stepping in and leading you to your next phase. Additional meanings: an urge to pursue a calling, significant fated events are occurring, discovering your purpose, enhanced spiritual guidance or gifts. I could pull a whole lot from that card just depending on where it lands, what the question is, what clarification cards you use. Goodness gracious, I like this deck a lot. I'm really super impressed. Oh, I like the dice, taking a chance. I always think of dice as something like young people or gypsy style lifestyle. Road warriors or what are we now? Digital nomads. Taking a chance, going out there and seeing something new. Gosh, so much from that. And this is our sun, right? In the Rider-Waite deck. It's just taking a chance on yourself, going out there seeking your own happiness, finding your own destiny, depending on which direction you're pulling these cards, which direction on the path you're going. All right, let me go to 20, which is mirror or reflection. I also think of this as an awakening card in the Rider-Waite deck. It can also mean you're going to a ball, you're going out, you're meeting people. Your appearance matters. I mean, how do you interpret the disco ball, right? Do you see all the stars and all the different lights to look at? Do you look at yourself in the mirror? So yeah, I almost feel like it's awakening to life, to your life experience. Sometimes if you go like, I don't know, anywhere in public that has kind of mirrors and you kind of see the life milling around in the mirror behind you, is so different than just looking at it. It's just it's a shift in perspective. I don't know. All right, 21, recycle, recover. Hello again. I mean, I think that's it's cyclical. It has cycle in it. It's recover in it. There's accomplishment, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on if you're filling that bag up. And using it again, if you're buying it for the first time to support it, if you're recycling, it's just a cycle. I just see cycle here. There's what part of the cycle you're in. Ooh, 22, butterfly, metamorphosis. that butterfly go? Is it resting for the night? Is it going somewhere? After, where's that butterfly going? Ooh, I love that moon. I love that sunset. At least to me, that looks like a sunset. Emotions, number 23, emotions. 24, never give up. Phrases, motivation. Ooh, looking for those signs in your environment, right? Like if something on the menu brings you to tears, maybe take a little look at that. What's it trying to motivate you to do? Let go, move on, start something new. I love it. Never give up. All right, cowrie shells, abundance. 26, fence, boundaries. That's good. Boundaries make good neighbors, or good fences make good neighbors. 27, the lotus flower, enlightenment. Can't tell if you're receiving those messages or sending them, right? Don't know. There's no postmark on there. So it feels like maybe open communication. You could be receiving messages, or you could be sending out messages of love and enlightenment or stuff. That's number 27, which reduces down to the 9, which is the Hermit card. Really love the use of numerology and colors. Look at that gray for the crown chakra. This is your personal power. This is how the divine works through you. These cards are incredible. They really, really are. I do feel like, a king or a queen has a lot of responsibility, right? So I do like that personal power is kind of taking responsibility for yourself. That's our fate for each of us. Skull, endings, number 29. I guess the planet is new beginning. This feels like a little disappointed face. I feel like a separation or transformation that's divinely guided with this 11. This says March and September both. March in the upright and September in the reverse. And it says Friday and it says 11. So it definitely feels like an adversity card on some level. Destiny card, if you're kind of adding up the numbers around it. I wonder if these are geodes that are holding those books together. But somehow, like knowledge and energy together in those books, memories, sandwiched between racks. I don't know. All right, we got number 30. Oh my gosh, your nails finish you. You go, girl. It always feels good to get your nails done. It always feels good when I get my nails done. It's a little pampering. Celebrate your joy, right? And doing things that make you feel great, like getting your nails done. Yay. All right, 31, globe, possibility. The world is your oyster is the first thing that came to mind. Looks like there's maps over here, so maybe a thought of travel. I do kind of feel like you have a solid foundation. You have what you need to do what you want with these pinks here. 32, traffic cone, caution. I think of the orange, I think of the sacral chakra, which is kind of like fire energy, sexual energy, passion energy. And so there's a part of me, the traffic cone with the orange and the caution, I kind of feel like, hold on, don't get so worked up. And then 32 kind of reduces to 5, so I feel like this adversity card, like, slow your roll, don't get worked up. Take a better assessment of the situation before you go around the cone, before you get all worked up. All right, then we got number 33, stars, divine guidance. 33 reduces to 6, so I think of that as like the lovers, and then I think of giving and receiving and kind of like nostalgia, if depending on which part of the I just feel like the number 6 is kind of like universal love for you. I like this card a lot. Like, to the universe, you are famous. Every one of us, right? 34, sunflower, action. Get seeds kind of popping through here. More kind of growing towards the center. 7, I do kind of think of the Chariot. Think of growth action, right? Steps towards your goals. Happiness doing it, blooming and doing it, coming into your own. So much. Ooh. This first reminded me of a red ribbon until I saw the shoelace thing. So I'm trying to remember what red ribbons are. I'm thinking that's like heart month, heart health month. But tying the knot, relationships, red, we're kind of going back to that foundational, the root of our basic needs, maybe. Ooh, 36, power lines, energy, and purples, right? We're using purples and kind of blues here. So I almost feel like this is very heady energy, kind of getting downloads from your higher self or universe, or if you think of sacred geometry and the lines that and shapes that bring power. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from all of that. Bees mean community. I think everywhere. I see that a lot. Reduces down to 10. So I think, and also 1. So definitely maybe meeting for coffee if you're, I do kind of feel like, like you're meeting for coffee, you're going out for drinks, you're, I think this very well represents community in the sense that we kind of make it, and depending on where you go after, this would definitely be an interesting card to get with other cards. With the other cards in this deck, these are great. These are really, really great. Ooh, 38, succulence, resilience. I love that. I love that. I love that. I feel like it's like that resilience. There's an innate knowing of perseverance, right? We always have an innate feeling that we know we're gonna make it through whatever stuff that comes at us, no matter how difficult it is. I think there is a knowing that will be taken care of, hopefully, right? At least manifest that the best you can. 39 is surrender. 39 reduces to 12, which is for me, the surrender card in the Rider-Waite. surrendering to emotion, that there's all water here. Surrendering to your creativity, kind of going to the well, so to speak. Water is also heart, but it's like speaking your truth. So surrender to your own emotions and your own truth is kind of what I'm pulling in terms of meanings for this card. I love these cards. There's so much to get from them. This is crazy. I did not think I was going to like these as much as I do. Oh, bullseye, focus. Oh, I love this. I think this is like a daily reader. I have so many that are like daily readers anyway, but I'm going to be using this for a few days for sure. All right. So bullseye, focus. We've got mirroring numbers here. We got the number 40. We've got mirroring numbers. To me, that feels very much like, Emperor energy. We've got a solid foundation. We're using the red, which is a root chakra kind of foundational kind of meaning again. When I think of the 4, I always think of like the 4 of Wands, of all of this having a solid kind of foundation. So the symmetry of the image, I think, is interesting in that regard. And it's interesting. It's the word itself is, or the keyword itself is focus. And I'm finding myself focusing on the image and then getting my eyes pulled to here and going, wait, are these in exactly the same place? I think this is a little bit larger space than that one. So really focusing on the information. I'm like, I might look at this card in a reading for myself and be like, are you having a hard time seeing the forest from the tree? Maybe you need to take a step back. It's not that difficult. You're making harder than it needs to be. Or you're right on track, and but this clearly missed the bullseye, so I almost feel like this is a directive to focus if you want to hit that bullseye. All right, let's see what we got here. We got lightning, disruption. That really feels very Tower moment to me, simply because of the lightning. In a plane, I feel turbulence. We have, I almost feel like mental turbulence, things that are keeping you awake at night, shaking you into deep awareness, going into survival mode. Because I'm thinking, if you're on a plane, you just praying that the pilot knows what the heck they're doing. Right? And you don't get hit by lightning. What happens if you get hit by lightning when you're in the sky? I'm sure it happens. It must. I don't imagine it has the same effect as it would on the ground, where it's trying to get to the ground and using it as a pathway. I don't know. If you know what happens to airplanes when they get hit by lightning, definitely comment below. But again, we see a number 5, 4 and 1, 41, reduces to the number 5, which is also adversity. I love the accuracy and the numerology. I love these cards. For as simple as they are, they're incredible. I love them. All right. Okay, so we got 42. Again, we get into the number 6, which is family. So this is, or not family, but love and unions. And here we have family reunion. So, and tree and ancestry, honoring our roots. This very much reminds me of the Maya Angelou quote of walking with your 10,000, the 10,000 who have come before you. You never stand alone, or something to that effect, because I don't know the exact quote. But look it up. It's Maya Angelou's 10,000, and that should come up with the actual quote. It is a good one. Super cool. All right, 43, we get into 7, which is kind of tricky. 7 to me is kind of tricky. But we've got the infinity sign, which is like, is it fathomable? That's kind of how I feel, like unlimited potential. So unfathomable is kind of like the first thing I think of. Because if you can't imagine it, how can it exist? But it's unlimited potential, and that can be tricky too, right? How do you decide where to go? You've got unlimited possibilities. Which one do you take? And that can be paralyzing. But if it's next to a love card, you might go, you know, you have infinite people around you who love you, you know. The universe is infinitely around you, loving you. I love these cards. These are great. And then it's on a doodle pad, right? You can doodle forever. Blank page. Can become anything. So, very interesting. Very, very cool. And then we've got the Firefly, 44, Wonder. And I just, I almost feel like the whole minor arcana number eights, except for, yeah, even the swords. Because if I were to think of it in terms of wands, right? 8 of wands, fireflies fly. So moving towards something, being moved by almost your inner light, right? With the fire. And then with the swords, I almost feel like the 8 of swords in reverse, like not a care in the world. And then with cups, moving on to a new journey. And then for pentacles, mastering something new. So I think that is, I like this. I love this deck. All right, let's shuffle. Let's get to know this card, or this card deck. Let's see what it likes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards 6 times. Because that's how I do, at least 6 times. Until Spirit, I do it 6 times. Until Spirit tells me to stop. But I do like to have like the cards kind of feel like warmed up and flexy. And new cards, it's kind of hard to do that. I noticed that when I kind of get sometimes just shuffling cards is soothing, you know. Like all the answers are in my hands. So just kind of, yeah, just the shuffling of the cards sometimes is quite soothing. And but after like 20 shuffles, they really start to warm up, and I really start to feel like my energy, kind of an energy exchange between myself and the cards. So sometimes I do just like, especially if I know I'm like really drawn to this deck, I really want to put my energy in there. I'll just start shuffling and shuffling. And I can just see me using this deck quite a bit. So I think, I don't really count, but I'm guessing this is like 3. So I'm going to say that's 4. 5, and now I'll just keep shuffling until I don't feel like shuffling anymore, or until it feels like the cards are warm. And they are getting there. They are getting there. I just really like this deck. I'm just like, I know, you know, mix the energy with mine. I want to know. I really like these cards. For oracle cards, they're super easy to shuffle. It's kind of papery, but like anymore, like I'm surprised, like even paper technology has improved, you know? Because cards that you think would be like super flimsy and gonna break apart are like last forever. You know, and they're waterproof. They're super thin. These ones are kind of keeping the bend in the center of the card. But the flex of these cards makes it very easy to kind of shuffle. Okay, I think that's enough. Thank you, Spirit. What personality does this deck have? What is the personality of this deck? What is the personality of our deck here? Ooh. Oh, it's a firefly. It's a wonder. I agree. It is a wonder. It is a wonder. I do feel like this deck is about exploring the wonderfulness of yourself, right? I think it is. It's about this deck is about getting to know the wonderful you. What is your strength? What is your strength? What is your strength? What is your strength? All right, there's a lot of them here. And we have, ooh, it's cautious. right? So I almost feel like, because 5 means kind of like animosity and the traffic cone and caution and like the fire energy that I feel from the sacral orange. I almost feel like its strength is kind of calming you down in times of adversity, right? Bringing you enlightenment, messages from spirit, almost like a back and forth communication, to tap into your own personal power. Come on, that is it. I mean, always great self-reflection. That is your strength, right? Kind of go inwards, see what your internal adversity is, what your external adversity is, kind of communing with the ancestors, God, the universe, and just finding and discovering your own personal power. Yeah, I mean, life is our homework. We're here to learn. And each lifetime is unique, in the lessons that we get. So, all right. What is your weakness? What's your weakness? Basically, 90% of my decks tell me I can't do the work for you. I swear. I'm like, I think that's my weakness. Do the work. Do the work. All right. Let's see. Ooh, boundaries. Ooh. Can't create boundaries for you. What is your weakness? It's going to tell you everything, I suppose. It's going to tell you, I feel like it's going to get personal is kind of how it feels. That it knows no boundaries. Is that a weakness? I think the weakness is it can only go so far. It can only do so much. I think every deck on some level gives me that same message as to what your weakness is it can't do the work for you. So maybe that's me thing. Let me know if you notice the same things from some of my videos, or if you're interviewing your own deck. Let me know if your decks are telling you the same thing, that its weakness is can't do the work for you. How will you help me to grow? How will you help me to grow? All right. We have fun, bringing more fun into my life. I love it. And my relationships. Oh my God, that's beautiful. I love this deck. It's been official like through the whole unboxing, but now it's so official. All right, let's see. I'm being super silly today. When should I call on you for guidance? Ooh. Aw. When I'm distracted, when I have confusion in my life, when I'm searching for answers. Okay. What is the best way to work with you? What is the best way to work with you? Ooh, focus. Wow, that is an intense message, right? Just focus. Just focus on the picture. Focus on the moment. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your gratitude for the messages that are coming towards you. My tummy is telling me it's lunchtime. Okay, and then what will our relationship be like? What will our relationship be like? What will our relationship be like? Abundant. Okay, you're a daily guy. Daily girl. Card deck here. Cowrie shell. Abundance of joy. Oh, you'll bring me so much joy. I love you too, deck. This is awesome. If you resonated with this deck as much as I did, please definitely like, subscribe, share. Tell me what you loved about the deck. Let me know if you're going to buy the deck. But this is the Sign of the Times Oracle. It just came out this year. It's by Krystal Banner. Actually, like last month. I should have gotten it sooner. I'm so into like, I don't know. This is outside the scope of what I normally kind of pick out, but I love this deck. I think it's amazing. Thank you all for joining me, for watching me unbox this. I look forward to seeing you again. Please like, subscribe, and share, and then have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks for watching.